Hello and welcome to a new episode of How to Program Fight. In the last episode, we programmed that the player is able to can die, and we programmed the second level with the speaker. With a new message, level 2 and hide, and with the cat flying, which we can name Crawling Cat. Now, you might already notice that this background of Scratch and everything doesn't look like it looks where by you at your Scratch, and in my last episode it also didn't look like that. Let me show you one thing. There are Scratch add-ons which are really cool. You can install them and then you have them here. And look at that. I have really many choices. I can also rename event receivers and more and more. So I think you have very much fun. Can have very much fun with that. But now let's program more. Today we want to program the menu like in my real game. Let me show it to you. In my real fight. At the beginning, we have here a cool menu with the play, challenges, and statistics button. In the play button, you can play the game. In the challenges button, you have a boss challenge. And in the statistics button, you see deaths and wins. And now, let's program this play button. At first, we make a new backdrop. We duplicate this fight backdrop and name it menu. Then we write here, what will you do? And I'll do it in this color. Now, we have here in the player only the beginning is when the green flag is clicked. But now we don't want that, but we want that the beginning is when we receive a new message level 1. the bad thing about that is a little boring thing about that is we need to now we need to change every when green flag clicked block for when I receive level 1 block. When we did that, then we need to broadcast this new message level 1. So we choose a new sprite and search for a button and choose button 3. We name it play button. And we can copy this name. And then in the costumes, we named this first button play button. And write on this button play. Then we move it in the middle of the screen. We can move also this button in the middle of the screen. And here we name it play button mouse pointer. I tell you why I did that soon. We say also not play button, but play on it. And drag everything in the middle of the canvas. Now, in this code tab, when green flag clicked, we switch backdrop to menu. We go to X0 and Y100 and show. And before we show, we need to also switch custom to play button. Then, forever, if touching mouse pointer, we switch custom to play button mouse pointer. Else, switch custom to play button. Now, let's look at that. Oh, wait. Why is the player there? We need to have a new script in the player. When green flag clicked, hide. And when I receive level 1, show. Then we make it this show after it switched to custom night beginning. In the ground sprite, we also cut this when green flag clicked block and need a when I receive level 1 block. And when green flag clicked, hide. Now, in the speaker, we also cut this block and when I receive level 1 and when green flag clicked, we hide the speaker. In the fish, Oh, we have here 3 when green flag clicked scripts. Instead, we do have again 3 when I receive level 1 scripts. And when green flag clicked, hide. So, then in the play, let's try that again. Oh yes, that looks much better. But wait, why is the backdrop not menu? Let's look at the backdrop name. Backdrop name, fights. Why could that be? Do you know it already? Yes, me too. Because let's hide this backdrop name and backdrop number. In the stage sprite, we have when green flag clicked, switch backdrop to fight. We need when I receive level 1, switch backdrop to fight script. Now that's good. We need to hide the hides from the player. When green flag click, hide variable hides. And when I receive level 1, show variable hides after we set it to 100. Now, let's test that out. Yes, we tested that and it's good. Now, we want that when you click on the play button, something happens. Now that you can't click on the play button when the green flag the green flag isn't clicked, we need a timer. Because you see, when the project stops, the timer is going more. So when green flag clicked, we need a forever loop, and we reset timer. Now, we see when we have the timer again, when the green flag is clicked, timer is on 0. But when it isn't clicked, the timer is more than 0. So, we have it when this sprite clicked, if timer is less than 0.01, because we're testing it, we say hello. Now, when the green flag is clicked, it says hello. When the green flag isn't clicked, it doesn't say hello. Now, let's program the real thing. We want to ask something, because we want to ask how much how is it called? How much damage they do. So we ask we can look at the real game for that. And we see it asks how many heights should the first opponent take away. We can copy that from in here, in the play button. Now, that we need a new variable that we know how many heights the enemy, like the fish and the crawling cats, are taking we need a new variable to tell Scratch how many heights the fish and the crawling cat take the player away. Now we need for that a new variable, like I said, and we name it attack damage enemy for all sprites. Okay, and when this sprite clicked, if the timer is less than 0.01, we set attack damage enemy to 0. Now we need an if else. We need an if else condition. We want that when the player answers 0, the enemies don't take any heights away from the player. So if answer equal is greater than if answer is greater than 1, I mean -1, then what then? Then we ask again. Wait a minute. We ask if the player, do you really want to play the game without taking any damage? We ask that, like in the real game. And then we need an if condition. If the answer and we need a OR operator and two thing contains thing blocks operators, I mean. And if the answer contains yes, uppercase, the first letter uppercase, or yes, every not uppercase, then the answer is yes. So what do we do then? It's simple. We set attack damage enemy to 0. Then, in the player sprite, we don't change heights by -1, but by attack damage enemy. And if we need here, if touching fish or we are touching the crawling cat. And in the crawling cat, when I receive level 2, we set attack damage enemy to, and we need an if condition. If attack damage enemy is less than 0, then we set attack damage enemy to we set the attack damage enemy to attack damage enemy subtract 1. Now, now we need to set attack in the play button. We need to set attack damage enemy to 0 and broadcast level 1. If here the answer wasn't yes, or how many hearts, or he didn't answer 0, but another answer, then we ask if another if else condition. If the answer is less than 0, then we set attack damage enemy to answer, and if it isn't that, we say starting failed. Click on the green flag and enter a negative number, or enter 0 and enter yes or yes. Now, we also want to hide the sprite when we broadcast level 1 here. And we need to broadcast also level 1 here. Height. And I messed with it. When green flag clicked, we showed the sprite already. So let's look at that. Play. We enter -1 and it is working. And in the last episode, we forgot that we need to set the heights of the fish to 50, not 100. Now that looks good. Yeah. Now let's try if also when we enter this. That isn't working. Why isn't it working? We check if the answer is, wait a minute. I checked if the answer is greater than -1. And we need to check if the answer equals 0, because only that is good. Now let's try it again. We entered that. Yes. Very good. When we enter 0 and then that, it is working. Now, oh my gosh, we have a little do we have a little time? No. We'll program that in the next episode. What am I talking about? In the next episode, we'll program that the player is able to eat. And we'll program also the statistics button. And when we have enough time, we'll start to program the challenges button. But now that was it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It would help me a lot. And thanks for watching. Bye.